being an incredible Lee Sin player in the Summer Super Cup. So yeah, this is looking pretty good on the side of SVP.
I love it.
But yeah, oh, the Nami and
they
the
lock in the brand. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the brand for a little bit. I think the recent patch has come in with a little bit of a hot fix, just lowering down a little bit of his numbers when it comes down to his base health, his base damage going into the matchup. But I feel like the strength is not just the damage output, it's more of that team fight composition that MBR is going to be bringing up altogether. Just look at the wombo combo that you pair it with the Nunu as well. With the Absolute Zero, they can just blow somebody up, and SVP's just got to be extremely careful.
Yeah, with the Lee Sin, like they gotta watch out for like a Galio Lee Sin matchup. Like it's really strong skirmisher for the early game.
Yeah, and the debut, I believe, of Nunu and Willem. So this is going to be really interesting indeed. It seems like MBR has a plan for this specific matchup, but SVP, we know just how unpredictable these guys can be. So this is bound to be one very, very interesting matchup. This is SVP versus MBR. Casters, over to you guys.
SVP versus MBR, their very first game of this series. Nunu and Willem once again, the second one in C Champs, but the very first one here in the group stage.
And you know what makes that even better here, Infinity? It's not just Nunu and Willem. We've got Nunu and Willem together with Brand, so we've got the whole Song of Fire and Ice thing going on.
Yeah, Fire and Ice for MBR.
Indeed. And yeah, like I think our analyst Dash did mention a little bit as well, right? Brand did get nerfed. He got hotfixed because you know what? They said Brand's too strong. We got to do something about it. And I think we have been seeing that. So I kind of can't agree with that sentiment behind the nerfs. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Radiance here does on this Brand. Despite the nerfs coming true, we do see MBR pretty interestingly enough. They started off with 3 players in mid. Flop the gap.
Yeah, definitely. I think Brad is just too strong when it comes to the damage output. Even if you play it as a support, even if you play it into the mid lane, too much damage. And I think Brand is just built for damage. Damage all around.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree, right? Like all of his spells, it's just how do I make my fire be more fire? Except for the one stun that he has, right? Everything else is just about spreading the fire. So it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I think Galio has something that's pretty nice against the Brand in that he has the magic shield when he uses the ultimate. And we always say that's not a significant factor. But you know, it's nice to see. Ooh, really good trading here.
Yeah. Huge damage coming from MBR up against Papa. Ooh, that arrow almost shut down Papa, but that honey fruit actually gives him a little bit more HP. But here into the mid lane, another fight occurs. It's a 2v2. But look at the CC onto Pager. Uses up the flash for Radiance though. Saves his life, but the burn down onto Pager. That's the first blood for MBR.
Oh man, and we saw the power of the fire and ice right there. Elvis, he just rolled into that mid lane without a care in the world. Yahtzee couldn't do anything about it, and Pagor just got burnt to death. Really nice stuff there from MBR. I think the 2v2 mid jungle was really well played from them, so that's a good start. Onion King here getting some pressure as well. I want to see Elvis come and dive this turret. He should not be allowed to farm this wave.
Yeah, it's just Renekton in the early game. Having that slice and dice, having that CC, it's gonna be a difficult time for Albert, but for now, it's just the pressure in for MBR that's keeping SVP in stay here. But Pager comes on top lane. That will be the follow-up, but instead,
he gets it.
Onion King, huge damage, puts Albert in 1 HP.
Yeah, and we see Onion King's comfort zone seems to be like when he's getting ganked. I think if we think back to the series earlier today up against Buriram, he looked really good when they were trying to gank him, when they were trying to tower dive him. Yet again, he just has no care in the world. He dashes back in, nearly finds the 2v1. I was gonna say how I think, you know what, Elvis should cover him when he tries to crash his wave, but it's not even necessary. Onion King nearly wins out on the 1v2, so really good stuff coming in from MBR to start this one off.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned about it because Onion King constantly, you know what, gank me, I'm gonna live. No matter what you do, I am gonna live. And
I'm
think
gonna try to kill you as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just a huge amounts of damage coming from Onion King. The barrel lane, the true barrel lane of playing solo top. But here, You have
Pago
Pager
wants to
waiting
interfere.
onto the sidelines.
He has the
Has
kick,
his
but there's
ultimate
no
up.
dunk. There's no dunk. They want to wait for the dunk. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be
That's
Dragon Rage
it.
under the turret. Sonic Wave to follow up, and
Wow.
Alpha's into the backside. Goes in for the stun. Not going to be enough, though, as Onion King will fall down. That will be the trade that SVP wants. But here we go. Pager jumps in once again. That's a Sonic Wave onto Alvis. Here onto the silence. It's Brand trying to deal off massive amounts of damage, but instead, going for the retreat on both mid laners.
What is this?
Alvis misses the stun! He misses a snowball, but huge damage still coming from Radiance. Puts him down to his spot. Gets their second kill of this game.
On the ball lane. Oh, he
Not
whizzed
gonna
on
push
the
through.
chains. That was close. That was close. He nearly lands the chains of corruption. If that had hit, I could have seen MBR maybe try to trade back on that one, but doesn't quite work out, so it's gonna be all good. Onion King this time he does drop. I actually didn't even see Elves behind the tower rolling in on Snowball trying to save his Baron laner. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough, but it's pretty nice of them to be able to trade back on Yahtzee. It's alright. He's just gonna use the heal and walk away from this one.
Yeah, huge root though, coming from Papa.
Yeah.
But as you've stated, the heal was there coming in from Tobu, saves earlier life. So I think that's a good setup coming from MBR.
Look
but
at that.
Here. MBR
This could be
Alvis
huge.
puts the snowball, actually connects tidal wave into the backside, goes in, gets the kill down onto Yazzie and David.
man.
And Pager is forced to just kick off away to go for the retreat.
Oh.
But look at Radiant
this might-
flashes in, tries to get the kill down, will not be able to do so, but what they get in return is the Infernal Dragon.
And for some reason, All But is here as well. Elves messes up the snowball, but he knows he's in the bush. He's trying to cancel the recall, but he's not going to make it in time. And that's just going to be Onion King getting the Baron lane turret for free. So MBR, they get everything. They get the kills, they get the dragon, they get the turret. Rift Herald is still available as well. And MBR, they are firmly in the driver's seat. I think earlier today we spoke to Elia and we asked him, you know, what do you guys think you need to change after losing 2-0 here? And he said we really don't need to change that much. And we see that being kind of the case. They don't change too much, right? They have the Varus Nami still. This time around, they do get the Renekton together with it, but just changing things up, getting the Nunu and the Brand, I think has been huge here. The AoE zone control, the crowd control, as well as just the sheer magic damage, that's just amazing from MBR.
Yeah, especially if this continues into late game while MBR gets gold, gets this lead, constantly balloons up their gold. This is going to be devastating because you have Brand and Varus in the same team. There's so much hope. But here, MBR is now pinned down. Onion King dashes away, actually safe, but not for long. Dominus now going to be popped down, slice and dice onto Rakan. Still going to live, Onion King. But gets laid down.
That's unfortunate. Hope I might get more.
Yeah, 1v1 though. Against Corruption actually puts down Albert in a speed chain. And now Radiant followed through to the backside, gets killed down, trade down 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there from Onion King. Everyone was so low. Blinking red health bars for both Papa as well as David. And all but he nearly trades back onto Elia, but it's not going to be enough. He is behind enemy lines, and that's just going to be a 1-for-1. MBR, though, look at where Elves is, Infinity. He is setting up for something cheeky.
Yeah, but David
Oh,
going
no,
for a face check, but misses Alvis. So close yet so far, but SVP has this information that there is a free-man roam from MBR. Radiant will be there. Information for SVP as well. They're going in for the defense though. Double bubble.
Oh, nice.
Huge damage from Arthur.
Yeah, and they have the base again. They just came out of base, and that's going to be another recall channel for SVP. Really good presence of mind there from David. I think he was kind of aware of the possibility that he could be cheesed there, because we saw him walk into the bush. He had no vision of Elves. He neither went into the bush, nor did he what. He just noticed that his movement speed was slowed by the absolute zero. Here we go, Onion King though.
Dice, stun down Yazzie, very low. That's going to be a kill for MBR once again. Good pickup from Onion King.
Yeah, and it's really good stuff here from Onion King. Has the Blade of the Rune King already. He might have died twice this game, but he's more than 1,000 gold up on his counterpart, all but. And if you look across the board, 4,000 gold lead for MBR here. They're sitting in a pretty comfortable spot, I would say.
Yeah, Elvis.
Oh, Snowball hits the wall. That's a bit of a heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak imagery, but MBR though is actually continuing the four-man row to the
David?
bot side of the map, and David forces
What?
that quickness and ultra Brand entrance to save his life. But Dragon Rage actually next onto Radiance, forces out the blink and also the
Oh,
ghost.
no.
Now it still jumps through, jumps in. Tobu's still gonna be safe, and no kills will be done. But Varus just comes in, goes for the arrow, kills down Pager.
Pega does drop. Indeed, he goes a bit too deep. Elvis has absolute zero.
Stun, goes in for the knockup as well. Goes for the ultimate, connects onto 2, but gets slain down by Zaya. And Varus will follow through. Double kill for Papa.
That's a little bit too greedy there from Elvis and friends. Everyone goes in, funnels into the Zaya Feathers, and we always talk about how that's what she wants. Onion King, nice little proto belt away. You might try to all in here? No, not quite. But yeah, a bit overly aggressive there from MBR. They already won the trade, but they opted to go in a bit too deep when they didn't need to.
Definitely. So for now, MBR still constantly bringing up their gold. Still 4k gold lead though for MBR. So I think SVP needs to think of something to try and alleviate this disadvantage. And do you think, Amo, Cloud Drake is the answer here?
I mean, probably not, right? But the problem is, if you look at SVP's team comp, I wouldn't say that it scales particularly well. And I would also say that it's going to be pretty hard for them to get wave control up against this Varus. Their win condition at this point, playing from behind, it's basically going to be solely Desire played by Papa. And they need to take team fights around his strong item timings. So right now, he has the Solari. I wouldn't say he's quite ready to fight just yet. Maybe you want to stall the game a little bit, slow the pace of the game down to he can maybe get 3 items, throw an Eye Edge in there, throw maybe a Phantom Dancers in there, and you see they're just gonna, I was gonna say they want to give this up, but SVP, they look to contest.
Yeah, Pager's onto the front lines. 4-man row for SVP. But this is a 4v4, but MBR also disengages. They don't want to fight this.
Yeah, they don't indeed. And look at the Baron lane right now. We get the picture-in-picture. Onion King actually picks it up. He's super low.
Yeah, very low. Actually goes in for the flash with a proto belt. Will not be able to get the kill though. 1 HP for Yazzie, but here, once again, onto the Dragon's Pit. It's going to be Rakan and also Darius going for the 2v4. MBR gets the kill down. Alves is going into the flank. David will die as well. That will be the double kill. And now Papa is running away. Featherstorm now going to be forced away. Aqua Prison go for the knockup. Brand, so much damage. Will not be able to get killed though. Honeyfruit will save his life.
Yeah, he has to flash over the wall to use the Honeyfruit. Has to use all his summoners there. That was a little bit unfortunate. But we see the range at which MBR's team comp can be effective. They have tidal waves. They have various arrows. I don't know how Brand kills him, but Brand kills him. It happens off screen. We have the Nunu Snowball. We have a bunch of things that MBR can throw at you from a screen away, and that's really good. Like, it just makes SVP's team composition so hard to play. Zaya likes to play when you have to run into her, right? We always talk about that. But now you don't have to. You just outrange her and throw spells at her, and that makes SVP's marksmen have a really hard time.
Yeah, and it's difficult. If you use the Feather Storm to just miss up on an arrow, it's gonna be so much value for MBR if they can do that.
Yeah.
Right? So now let's look at the replay though on how it happened there. Omo,
look at
what's
this.
happening here?
Yeah, like why are you guys running into Brand, right? We were saying this whole time, you don't want to run into Zaya. Conversely, you also don't want to run into Brand, right? Like you run into the Pyroclasm and he just sets them both alight. It's just the worst situation you could possibly be in. Rakan has no more disengage spells since he used everything to go in. Papa here actually surviving, but I want to see how Radiance kills him. There we go. Nothing fancy. Walks in, Pillar of Flame, gets the kill. That was probably a little bit greedy from Papa to stay, but this is going to be MBR with a very convincing start to the game. And keep in mind, SVP, they are no slouches as well. Their game 1 against one team, they very nearly won it. So I'm quite surprised by this.
Yeah, they constantly get off on those high-risk playstyle, but they get high value after that as well. But here, MBR going for the 2v3 here. Tidal Wave goes for the 2-man knockup. Albert onto the sidelines, will not die. You have Rakan going for the quickness, goes for the charm on one. Support Alves as well, but MBR still going to be alive. 2-man root coming from SVP. That's going to be Brad burning down on Darius. Onion King will go into the backlines. Kills on David as well.
Oh, no.
And now Radiant, very low on HP.
Oh, the
Sonic
block.
Wave will connect onto Tobu. Nice body block.
Oh, no.
Will save Radiant's life, but earlier will die though. Pager now running away, trying to save his life as well.
Where are you running?
Onion King will actually intercept here. Radiant is there as well.
No.
That's going to be the kill. Legendary for Radiant.
And we've always been talking about how the carry we want to look at from MBR is going to be from mid lane, it's going to be from Radiance, but we expected it to be from his carries, or from his assassins rather. We expected him to play things like Zed and Fizz like he did in game 1 of the day, but this time around he comes in with the brand. The control mage performance from him has been extremely impressive, and I think that a lot of credit will go to him for all the team fights and how he's played it in this game. Him and Elvez have been controlling all these team fights so extremely well, and that team fight was a little bit of a heartbreaker there for SVP, right? Papa with the Feather Storm, he nearly manages to clean it up, but he doesn't quite get Radiance and Alia, who both live on a tick of health.
Definitely, that's something that you want. That's the main target for MBR. If you have prizes, you have eyes on the prize, and the prize is literally Radiance and Alia for MBR if they can actually get it. But the problem is, if you're looking at the items, right? Rod of Ages, Rabadon's Death Camp, crazy damage for Radiance as well, and even if Alia is there, you have Maramuna and Yuma's Blade, so the damage is exponential there. But
Eyes of the
you're
prize.
into the mid lane, Eyes of the Prize, they have locked onto it, they got the kill onto Radiance.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think Radiance, he didn't even... I have no idea, honestly, because David didn't even have Flash available, so I don't know what happened there, but it's going to be a re-engage.
Yeah, Alves is on a dangerous spot here. They're fighting 3v4. SVP is not going to push this all in, but Pager sets this up with Sonic Wave. Onion King onto the backside as well. Pincer attack will fail, but they are at the number disadvantage. But Galio actually comes through. That's going to be taunt kill down onto Nunu. Good trade from SVP.
Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a weird situation right now. I don't really know what both of these teams are doing, but I want to point out that while all that was going on, Onion King, before he came to the fight, he broke the Baron Lane inhibitor, so that's going to be always trickling in some super minions for MBR. Radiance is back, they can fight this. He has Pyroclasm available. Tidal Wave is up soon.
Definitely, they could actually do this, but now that's going to be the flash. SVP fighting this down, taunt down onto the sidelines. Darius will fall though. Now they're fighting 4v4. That's gonna be the tidal wave to follow this up. CC chain is flawless, and Yazzie will be deleted by MBR as they take 4 kills out of that, and Pager the only one left for SVP.
That's gonna be an ace. Pager not even being able to survive. Yeah, Onion King just hunted him down. Pretty sure he just flashed on his head. It's a bit unfortunate that we're missing a bunch of these kills, but I guess that's what it is, right? They're gonna go for the Baron soon, though, as we take a look at this replay. So Onion King just doing a bunch of damage, right? And Radiance, as well as Alia, I think they're playing these fights really, really well. They're staying a screen away, they're throwing the spells in, and they just let Onion King be a bit of a beast in the front line. I think the tidal wave was a little bit rough there. Could have been a bit better, but Onion King, I think he just chases down Pager and he flashes on him, and that Q is huge, right? Because with the jungler dead, that means that Baron is 100% for them. I'm kind of curious how he got the kill too, but you know, we're just gonna be left wondering.
Yeah, definitely. Just a mystery onto the galaxies for SVP for now. We didn't see how Pager died, but what we need to take note of is MBR has gotten 5 kills from that, has gotten the Marin Nashor and trade to follow up. So right now, they're sitting at the 13k goal lead, sitting pretty here, up against SVP in the first game.
Yeah, this is a very dominant performance from MBR, and keep in mind, both of these teams, they did get 2 ult earlier today. That's not a great spot that you want to be in, and MBR with a dominating first game performance, I think they're really looking to turn things around. Keep in mind that we do expect these two teams, well, realistically speaking, right, we did expect these two teams to maybe be the bottom 2 of the group that don't make it out. So a 2-0 here for MBR would be really huge, and it gives them the potential to maybe make it out of the groups. Now, we do see the final siege coming in. Onion King going to be escorting in the wave to pressure the Nexus even. Look at that, he's dragging 3 people to the Nexus with him, giving Steam so much space.
Yeah,
look at him!
The manpower. Onion King is just there, and that's
standing there menacingly.
Yeah, the MBR gets that third down. Just so much happening for MBR. They do something, they get high value out of that, and that burn almost got the kill onto David.
So close there, Infinity. And that's gonna be 2 inhibitors down. No more Pyroclasm, but it's only 1 inhibitor left.
The minions, it's hashtag minions with Onion Kings going